Man, I think this video angle gonna have to do. Yeah, it's gonna have to do. Um, Bro, the camera's so low, but I feel like I'm so low because the camera is so low. But yeah, we're gonna get started in this video. Anyway, I think the title of the video is you know, Kanye's comeback only proves how right his comments were about those people in power, and that they are in power, and that they do run everything. So it's like, you know, we're gonna call him crazy, we're gonna call him demented, we're gonna say that he needs his meds, you know, um, and you just pretty much just trying to make the man, trying to make the man seem like he's not telling the truth. And I don't really mess with that. I don't really mess with that whole the like social media trying to cancel people and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, maybe some of the comments he made, he took too far, talking about like, you know, the whole Nazi swastika, that type of stuff, right? But as far as just saying like, these are the people in power, they run everything, and you know, if you say something that they don't agree with, or you don't agree with a specific way that they run things, look at what happens, and it's like he started losing all of his advertisements, all of his connections, became null and void, because all these other organizations that are controlled want to, obviously they want to be in the good graces of their owners and stuff. So of course they're gonna, be like, well, we can't work with you under all this scrutiny that you're creating for yourself, and that's going to be inflicted upon us. So we got to distance ourselves, and we could perhaps work with you again in the future, and come up with a new agreement or contract, once we're certain that you're now not under that scrutiny anymore. And that's essentially what they're doing. So his whole comeback with the Bully album, all of this is part of that. Is Kanye basically making that apology right after he makes the apology, or in the midst of making this apology, he's back, he's marketed everywhere, you can't escape him, right, if you're on social media. So it's like, but before they were just trying to silence him, and it's like Kanye always comes out with some truth. He always does. It's just the way he's delivering it. It's just in a shocking way. And it's like the terms, words he's using. Yeah, I could say like, oh, maybe he shouldn't use those words and terms, because if children come across it, that can be harmful, because they're repeating words they don't even know, that are dangerous words, right? And could really have real life ramifications behind it. So that part is where it's like, bro, come on, at least clean up the language. You know what I mean? Like, call those people out, say what you need to say, but the verbiage could use a little bit of like sophistication to it, right? But at the end of the day, the man is still saying what needs to be said, right? And he's a huge figure that's saying this. So and because he's so influential as well, they don't want other people of his stature, or even a lower stature, who are still in the midst of building or prominence, and fame, to agree with what he's saying, because then their whole power structure starts to come down one by one, and it kind of comes back towards the previous video I made that I'm trying to upload. Actually, YouTube is not even letting me upload this video. I don't know why, because my internet seems to be fine, but it's taken forever to upload. But hopefully it'll be up by today. But it was a previous video I'm uploading now, which was a slavery video I made. So you'll probably be seeing this video after that one, which is why I say previous. And so I made a video talking about slavery and talking about how it was a choice, and how if you don't submit to that, then technically you don't even have to be a slave, but it'll be at the price of your life, right? But it's like letting go of being so attached to human life to the point where you'll be willing to work your life away for the betterment of someone else's life, because you're just attached to the idea of living in general. And I think that's too much of a shame to put upon yourself, and then a whole group of people, i.e. black people, which is what, which is, which is the most highly represented group, I think, when we're talking about slavery. So it's just like, damn, if all our ancestors just stood up and to these white folk and be like, you know what, you defeated us in war, but we don't care. We'll just all pass away right now. We don't need to pass on our genes and be selfish and all this type of stuff. We'll all pass away right now because we don't want to, build an infrastructure that's going to oppress and enslave us. And that's exactly what we've done. So when Kanye's calling out these structures and these figures, that are at the top, then they want to be like, well, we're not going to endorse you, we're not going to sponsor you, we're not going to this and that. And it's just like, well, and now he's coming back after making the apology. It just goes to show he was right the whole time. Just goes to show that, as soon as he stops talking about those people in power, everything is going fine. As soon as he starts talking about it, everything goes to the wayside. So it's like you can see the whole mess that's taking place. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about it because it's like, I'm not switching up on Kanye. Y'all can switch up on him if you want, right? But I ain't switching up on you, and when you see the truth, it's just, you will get behind it regardless. So that's all I have to say.